Alright, order in the court. Here we are today. I'm going to go ahead and do the roll call. Just going to go ahead and do formalities because someone gets on me if I don't. Minister Lauren?
Yes.
Chairman Bree?
Yeah.
Or defendant now. And plaintiff, Prime Minister Austin?
Here.
Okay, and then we have Chelsey, who is running a little bit behind, so she can join in whenever, as I said before earlier. This is probably going to be a rather quick one anyways, because of the situation. Yeah, Chelsey's waiting. So it'll be a minute before she gets in. That's on. So continuing on, we have a complaint by the plaintiff from the Prime Minister Austin Elsler in regard to Chairman Bree from the last National Assembly that was hosted and held. Chairman Bree said that she was going to be late and ended up not showing up at all, per the plaintiff, Prime Minister Austin. In regards to this, the defendant is hereby held in this court as a way to defend herself and the reasons why she didn't show, or maybe there was probably a communication issue or anything like that. As the plaintiff, we'll listen to these statements from the defendant, Chairman Bree, in regards in this court. Is there any issues?
No, Your Honor.
All right. So we're going to start off with hearing the complaint, or the plaintiff, and his complaint against the whole thing. And then we'll listen to the defendant on her reasons, and then we'll go from there.
Clarence, sit your butt down.
I'm pretty sure she heard that. So,
No,
all right.
so I can't find it.
All right. Are we ready?
Yep.
All right. Prime Minister Austin, you may go ahead and start first.
All right, thank you, Your Honor. So Your Honor, let's see. What is it? This will be our first special one, and then it'll be our second one. So the second one. Okay. So in the second National Assembly, she hosted it just fine. We managed to get it done and whatnot. So my first complaint on that part though is that it took 4 months, 4 whole months, okay, for the second National Assembly to be hosted, and that's unnecessary and unacceptable. Now I can understand that there could be personal things going on, but there's no way it'll take up 4 months of someone's time to, even if it's for a short meeting, even if it's for like an hour or something. It's like, hey, I'm busy doing this. Maybe we'll do like 1 or 2 of these and then do it next time. But got none of that in the past 4 months, so that's one complaint. And then, so that, with that said, that one forced me to call for a special National Assembly, which is supposed to force Chairman Bree, by law, to actually attend to this special National Assembly. And I've tried to look for it, but I can't find it now. Can't find it in person. I don't know if it was like a private message or it was a community message, but she told me that she was gonna be late, and I told her that's fine, because because I sent the invitation to all like the registered voters and the chairman as well, making sure they're all coming, and she clicked that she was coming, and because I have that, and she told me she was gonna be late, and I told her I was fine. That's perfectly fine. I'll hold the gavel for the time being till she gets there. And there was like me and Minister Chelsey and like 1 or 2 other registered voters. And that was it. Chairman McGuire never showed up in the whole 5 hours of the special National Assembly that was held. What day was it held again? It was held on last Thursday, whatever that was. It was last Thursday, I think. No, excuse me. It was on a Friday. Yeah. It was on a Friday. So, yeah, so it was held on a Friday. She never showed up, and this is actually a violation of her constitutional duty. Which I'm trying to find which ones that she violated, so I can, help specify which specific ones she violated. That's if I can find it, in all honesty. Okay.
I'm going to interrupt you.
So it's all,
I'm going to interrupt you. I'm going to interrupt you for a minute.
Okay.
If you cannot find it, it is perfectly fine. Right now, we are just dealing with the situation.
I thought there was.
So please get to the point.
Yeah, I thought there was statutes about it. Turns out there's not. So that means everything's on the Constitution. So I'm looking at that now. Yeah, I did. Okay, here we go. Alright, National Assembly, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, there's National Assembly, single house, terminal procedures. Well, she did technically, because she broke procedure. She did violate Section 58 of the Queendom of Nyx Constitution.
What was the based on what technicality?
Robert's Rule of Order shall be the sole procedural bylaws for the National Assembly, and according to Robert's Rule of Order, one of those rules is that if you say you're going to attend, that means you're attending, and if you're the chairman, like, you have to give a reason to not be in the assembly at all for the whole day. Especially if you're the chairman, okay? Because, the chairman is kind of a necessary person to be there. So, and then, she can select someone to take the gavel for her until she gets back or whatever, right? But since she has not, what's the word I'm looking for? She has not provided a reason for her absence in all those 5 hours in the special session. And she basically made me have the gavel in all those 5 hours of the assembly. So that's a violation there. So that's a Robert's Rule of Order violation. She broke the procedures there. And let's see. Okay, well, she didn't violate that one. Qualified for yeah, as far as I'm aware, that's actually the only one she violated. That's the only section of the Constitution she violated, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, is that all your reasonings, Prime Minister Austin?
Yep, that's it, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, for the defense, defendant, chairwoman, Bree, what say you in your reasonings?
Alright, so I've been thinking back while Austin was talking, thinking back about what I missed. So I'm remembering it correctly. You said it was last week?
Yep, on a Friday.
Alright, that's right. So I know we did one on Thursday the day before. I ended up having to leave.
Wait.
Yeah, because we had one the day before. I remember giving you the gavel because I had to leave early after we voted on possibly ending the session, but everybody voted they wanted to stay on a little bit longer.
No, that was
if I'm remembering correctly.
That was a special session.
So I remember giving you the gavel after leaving early the day before. I remember that there was going to be another meeting the next day. Because I also I worked that day as well. And So I remember I also had another meeting on top of the one that you guys decided to have that day. So I couldn't leave me to attend another meeting because it would have been rude.
No,
So,
she did mention that. No. I remember now. She did mention that in the chat. Nope. I remember she was mentioning something about that meeting that she was already in. They had like a teams meeting or something.
Yes, I know, like, I've been attending more, like, church committees and stuff like that, so I've been attending those meetings. They do these once every week that I'd be attending.
Because wasn't that the day that you came over to my house and I joined in?
Yes. I do remember her mentioning that, yes.
Because you told me Bree was supposed to have been there and she wasn't.
Yeah, it said she had something like come up or whatever, but she said she might join late, is what she told me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
thought
what
I
I
was going to be
remember.
late, but the meeting that I was already in kind of ran a little long, so I couldn't leave to be able to attend another thing.
All right, Prime Minister Austin, she has given you a reasoning, and she did not expect these even long. So, in her defense, she was already in these meetings with some church groups that ran a little longer than anticipated. However, there was no communication of her not coming at all.
No, there was no communication about it.
So, Chairwoman Bree, I'm going to ask you, were you able to try and reach out to somebody saying that you weren't going to be able to make it?
I don't know if it could have been you or him. I don't remember saying anything. I just know I've been having back-to-back meetings every week, so.
I mean, I looked at the community chat. I mean, I could look at the private chat real quick and see if she privately messaged me. But I don't recall her telling me that she didn't make it at all. And by the way, no, the special session that I called for went on for 2 days. It went on Thursday and Friday, I'm pretty sure.
I was there Thursday for the first half because I had to be able to do what I need to get done. I didn't know there was going to be another day after that because that's when I gave you, the Prime Minister, the gavel to continue on the meeting for the rest of the day of Thursday.
Okay, so in regards to Thursday, we're not talking about Thursday right now. We're talking about the meeting you did not attend.
The one right after that?
The one on May 10th, yes.
May 10th.
You did communicate to me stating that you had a migraine that day.
Mm-hmm.
But you said it was gone now at like 6:30 when you messaged me back. And then after that, you didn't say anything else about not being able to join a meeting.
Mm-hmm.
So, Chairwoman Bree, you're kind of on a chopping block here. Now, I'll be quite honest. You are kind of on a chopping block. Because you were not able to communicate to neither me nor Prime Minister Austin, but you did communicate to Prime Minister Austin about him taking the gavel to lead the meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? But you did not communicate it at that time. You said you were going to be a little late and you handed it over to him.
Mm-hmm.
So I can understand in terms of possible sickness or something like that. Fine. But you still have plenty of time to communicate to I'm still talking. Wait a second. But you did not communicate the fact that you were not able to make it at all.
Come here,
after stating you were going to be late initially.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, Prime Minister Austin.
Yeah, point of information. Let's see. I sent her the National Assembly attendance thing on May 8th. unless there's some relevance to
Okay,
that.
I'm sorry. I'm eating.
But other than that, what is it? And then on Thursday, so last Thursday, I'm looking at all the messages from last Thursday. There is nothing. There was nothing saying that. Nothing saying that, like, and it is on the private message. I don't see anything regarding like communicating with me in regards to the National Assembly prior to the Assembly Day
Here.
privately.
Okay, you want that one?
So I haven't seen anything of that sort.
Well, she communicated to me that she was in meetings, so she might be late. That's why I'm gonna omit yours.
Now, I got the part where she says she'll be late, but then she never showed up at all. But that's where I was getting at in that part.
That's why I was just saying that she didn't communicate to me nor you.
Right.
That's what I was saying. So why are you reiterating what I'm saying, Prime Minister Austin? You better have a good point.
I think the point I was trying to make is to just prove that there was no communication. In case I was wrong, I was double checking.
Okay, then. Am I safe to continue?
Yeah. I'm good.
Okay. So, in regards to that Friday where Chairwoman Bree did not attend, but she did communicate she was going to be late prior to. And that communication was with me and Austin. Technically speaking, it was only supposed to be with Austin. By technical. Because, again, this is his jurisdiction, as he likes to throw in my face. So, that's his jurisdiction. However, for her to double check and make sure that her bases are covered in communicating it with me, that is fine. It's good proactivity. I will do that. But her not coming into the meeting at all in regards to the National Assembly that was scheduled because it was a special session that the Prime Minister had decided to host. Am I correct?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. And in his right, he had all full reign to do that, correct?
Yep.
Yes.
Prior to that, Chairwoman Bree did communicate that she was going to be late because of extra meetings. And then in a private chat, she communicated to me that she was having a headache right at 6:22, I would say before the start of the meeting.
Mm-hmm.
And it had lessened down a little bit by the time I had responded, is what she said. It was like making her head throb. And it had lessened down a little bit prior to that, which is fine. So I didn't think anything of her not being able to attend the meeting prior. So this is kind of where communication needs to be really spot on. And I will say this as a lesson learned to everybody here.
Yes.
Not just to me, not just to Bree, not just to Prime Minister Austin, not just to Lauren, but everybody that is in this chat room or even in this room, or even in our government system. Communication needs to be key.
Yes.
In all things that we do, correct?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So let this be a warning, Bree.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I'm not even well within my right to try and remove you from a position, but I can give you warnings and hold you to court if I see fit.
Yep.
However, Prime Minister Austin also has another complaint in regards to Thursday. Am I correct? The day before.
The 4 months one, and then not attending in the 5 hours of the next National Assembly. I think that was it, because that Thursday was the one. No, hold on a minute. Yeah, it had to be. Yeah, it had to be that Thursday that we did the.
Yeah, that was the
session.
first one. That was the first one because everyone was talking in that chat.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then the last chat lasted until like freaking midnight.
Yes, it did. That was the
Somebody was supposed to bring me
5-hour
back
one.
in,
That was the 5-hour
and
one.
nobody
Yeah, that
did.
was the 5-hour one. Yes, yes, Your Honor. That was
The
the
5-hour
5-hour one.
Wow.
Well, there was a good debate, according to them. So, and Thomas even debated for once. He was there.
I need to look up that debate and read it myself.
Speaking of
it's
Thomas,
Unfortunately, it was on video, Bree.
He's
so you're
not a
not
part
gonna
of
find
this.
it. It wasn't
Technically
recorded,
speaking.
unfortunately.
Yeah, he's not a part of this. Although he could have been if his presence was required, but it was not required. So
Okay.
ignore me. I'm trying
Now, you
to.
two don't take each other's juices. You need to be sharing.
No, Your Honor. Point of information.
Here, give me one juice. This is your sister.
After the court session, since Thomas's name was brought up, and I had to say it again. Since he has nothing to do with it, and also he's a private citizen as well. I might edit the video to where like his name will be like.
He is
blurred out or
also my
something.
advisor.
Oh, he's your
Constitutional
advisor.
officer. So I can say his name.
Okay, never mind.
Thank you.
I was wrong. What's the word? What's the word I'm looking for to back out what I said? I forgot what it was. What was the formality?
Redact.
Yeah, redact. There we go. I'll redact that. I guess.
Mhm.
I think that's what I'm looking for.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay. So that was back in my hand. So. So, in regards to all of this and the point of information that have been pointed out, Bree, this is your verbal warning. If I'm correct.
Mm-hmm.
On behalf of the Supremacy Court, communication needs to be better in regards to if you're attending or not attending. If you're passing the gavel on to our Prime Minister here, Austin, you need to let him know if he's going to have the gavel all night, for a second, for a minute, for an hour, for a day, however long these meetings can take, because 5 hours is a long one. Then also, you need to take in consideration of all your other constituents that work alongside you. Me, now newly appointed Lauren as Minister Lauren.
Yes.
And also Chelsey and whoever else works alongside us, and Thomas as my advisor. Okay?
Yep.
Everything must be taken in consideration. Now, understand, this is a warning.
Mm-hmm.
This is not a reprimand. However, next time if this happens, there will be a disciplinary action. Am I understood?
Yes.
Okay. Minister Lauren, are you okay?
William is gritting his teeth.
Oh, like grinding it?
Yes.
Oh.
That's what the.
Oh. Sorry, I just had to check on Minister Lord. Her whole face was like, oh. So I had to check on her. So, so
got the national flag in the background, by the way.
It's over there. It's over there on our side. Yeah.
My camera is opposite, so if I point left, it's gonna point right.
Yeah.
Right there. Yeah.
Yes, you're gonna have to show it to me. Okay.
I'll definitely do that.
Okay. So now that we're clear on everything, okay. Next time, better communication from Bree's part. Prime Minister Austin. She is still holding the National Assemblies as the main one for now. The next time that this communication mishap happens, after this warning, will be a disciplinary action. She will be removed from the position of hosting the for 30 days.
Okay, I was about to say. Yeah, point of information on that to help with the reminder of both the constituents and the court, if I may.
Proceed.
Okay, yes. So I was literally about to object for her side for a second because you said remove her from position to host the National Assembly when the constitutional issue there is that you technically can't. I mean, the suspension part
Don't push me.
the suspension part I get, Your Honor, which is good. I'm okay with suspensions, which they are technically allowed, I guess. But you can remove her from office. She was elected.
Order.
Okay.
First of all, this is my court, is it not?
Yeah, it is.
Prime Minister Austin.
I agree cold-heartedly. Wholeheartedly. Yeah.
My court decides.
Yeah.
Does it not?
Yeah. No.
Yes.
Learn your jurisdiction, Austin. Mine. Understood.
Oh yes, Your Honor.
And by the way, that is constitutional. If the ruling of this court says so.
Okay.
Remember, I do have a second here. I do have a second here.
Yeah.
Remember,
Yeah, I don't think
here.
your cameras are opposite mine is.
No, it's not. See, this is my right hand. So
Right hand.
No, that's your left. No, I'm just kidding.
my right. This is my left.
His face.
My right. This is my left.
Right-handed.
But yes, Austin, this is my court.
This is her
My
court.
court can decide what's best if it needs to. And right
It
now, as it stands, you are just the plaintiff in this court. You are not a constituent. You are
Yeah.
not a judge.
No.
You're right.
At this point here. I do have a second.
Yes, she does.
And my third is currently not able to come, but it's fine. She kind of told me a heads up she was going to be a little busy today. So she gave me a warning. I know. But she would agree with me
get
as
your
well
leg
when
out
I
of
said
that
the next
hole.
time it would be a disciplinary act.
Honey, you're going to fall.
Kids.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I remember them being that little. Anyways, continuing on. And plus, I'm pretty
You
sure
can
that.
cry all you want to and throw your graceful fit.
And plus, I'm pretty sure this would be the first disciplinary action that actually makes sense.
It does.
Yep.
In any court. So therefore, Prime Minister Austin, I don't know what you're looking for, but you need to stop. Like I told you, this is my jurisdiction.
It is.
So what I say would go in this court.
She is the queen, you know.
Oh, especially of this courtroom. Remember, Supremacy Branch, Legislature. Supremacy Branch, Legislature. When you're in my courtroom, you're in my courtroom.
She does have the gavel.
I do have the gavel. But what I'm saying is, for you were getting ready to object on her behalf. You cannot do that as the plaintiff. Remember your place in this court right now. You cannot. You cannot. You are a plaintiff in this court case. You cannot. You can do complaints, but you cannot do objection on her behalf. That is not how court works. Okay? And also, don't be surprised if I start proposing some stuff for a Supremacy Branch when royal decree, because I'm about to get really lit. Especially if you're acting like this in my courtroom, we're about to get really lit.
Acting like what?
I was going to object on her behalf. You can't do that. You're a plaintiff. I'm going to have to start setting rules when you're in my court. and I don't want to set rules, but I'm going to have to because of what you just tried to do.
Do we need to start setting rules and regulations inside the court?
It should be common sense. If you're the plaintiff, you cannot object on her behalf.
Okay. I was wrong in that regard. I get that. The point
And
was,
also, another thing is the Supremacy Court, as long as I at least have a second or all three or both of them or whatever, as long as it can pass her in this court, as it's not solely me, in this court, it can be passed because this court here is my jurisdiction. Therefore, I run it the way I run it. Is that clear? You're not part of my court, sir. You are in this
that part.
case.
That part is true, Your Honor.
You gotta go through me first and then her.
Yeah, because I'm gonna run it by her.
Yep.
Yeah. Try to teach me about my court, boy. I'll show you what with this gavel up your butt.
We can talk, and you can go to her.
Here I am, totally not looking up the Constitution just to ensure that, but yeah.
Yeah, I know you are. And I'm getting ready to put rules in place for that too, because I know my court like the back of my hand. Thank you.
I could tell every time you were talking, he looks like he wants to try to say something about it.
And I actually, and you know what? I was reading that stuff in the courtroom too today.
During your court case.
During my court case.
I accept whatever punishment has been given to me because it's in her right. You cannot reject that.
I was reading that during my court case.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can't veto that. That's not your thing. She can. Lauren can.
Oh yeah.
She's Chelsey the second.
Because she's my third. But you can't, because again, Prime Minister Austin, you are not in my jurisdiction here.
Your Honor.
Sorry.
I get that.
He found something.
Relevance, Your Honor. Let's get
back
relevance.
Relevance is this. Next time, it'll be you alone in my court, defending yourself. You try to do that again.
Oh, I'll be happy to. I love defending myself.
Except you forgetting I have a second and I do have a third now.
Well aware of that, Your Honor. Happy to be a constitutionalist.
And it's funny is if they agree with me, you have to accept it. So it means if I do a harsh punishment, you have to accept it. Sadly enough.
I mean, that's how it is with anything. If you get in trouble, you're going to get notified. Even just like you're at work. If you get in trouble by somebody, they will let you know.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
So here's the thing. Don't ever pull that shit again in my court.
Okay.
And another thing, this is just a verbal warning for Bree right now. The next time it will be a 30-day suspension from her position, and you will be hosting it. Understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, if it happens for a third time, then we do have to bring the jury involved.
Is
that understood?
Hi, Claire.
Yeah. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. We have an opinion.
We have an outsider opinion as a child. Hi, Claire. So, Bree, do you understand the?
Yes, I do.
Preceded and given to you.
Yes.
Does my second have an opinion?
No. I
what
don't
are you
have
doing? Plaintiff.
Yeah.
Just saying. You looking at that Constitution?
No, I'm looking at our cameras. I'm trying to figure out how to switch my thing. Can't find it.
I figured you was up to something.
I don't want to drink.
Kids. Okay. Now, Prime Minister Austin, no issues, do we?
No, Your Honor, I'm good.
Oh, and also, since you did that, let this be a verbal warning for you.
For what?
For trying to disregard your position in court as a plaintiff.
Thank
Well,
you for the
I
drink.
would actually consider that a mistake, honestly.
Thank you,
I didn't
Claire.
know I could do that.
You as the plaintiff cannot object.
Duly noted. Now I know. I'll never do
Okay.
that again.
You need to watch
I
court
love you.
shows and then you'll see that for yourself.
Law
Technically,
and
I mean,
Order
I guess
has-
in this case, technically you could, but you can't in this case because it's your court case and hers.
Exactly. Now, if you had somebody else
That would
on your
be-
side,
That would be a contraindicated thing.
a contradicting.
A
And
conflict of interest, basically.
Yes.
and that is something that we don't want in this court. Now, do we?
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
Hi.
Now, Bree understands the statements that have been given to her, and she also understands that this is a warning.
Yep.
Next time will be a suspension for 30 days. Third time after that, she will have to appear in front of court again in front of her peers,
Mm-hmm.
which would be the jury. Now, Bree, now that you have an understanding of what you did and you know and you recognize it was wrong on this verbal warning, you will be giving a formal warning on behalf of the Supremacy Court in regards to this, so that way you have a record of everything that was happened here, pretty much a brief summary of the court. What are you shaking your head about?
I'm reading.
What are you reading?
The Constitution, but don't worry, I'm good.
You want me to throw my gavel at you? I mean, you're just downstairs.
No, Your Honor, I am good. I am just reading Constitution.
Why?
Well,
Am I right?
Because you're talking to the defendant, and I'm good.
Mm-hmm. And also, I guess on behalf of this court, since this had to happen during this court, Austin, you will also be receiving a record of what happened here, how it was handled. But you will also be getting a warning, too, for the attempt of contempt of court.
Is that a thing?
Yes, because you tried to object on her behalf. That would be considered that.
Oh, well,
Yes.
okay. You know what? I'll take the warning, Your Honor. I'll take it. I mean, it was an honest mistake, but you know what?
I know,
you're
but this is
you're
just
giving me
to
a warning, so I'm okay with that, Your Honor.
I was
good.
gonna say, this is just a warning. It's not me saying you're being suspended. No, it's me basically
Not
saying-
again. I can't heal another 6 months again.
Yeah, yeah. He gave himself a break of 6 months.
Really?
And
Oh,
he
you
about
have
died.
no idea how insane I became.
And he about
You're gonna
died.
have to tell me about that.
Oh my god, he about died.
I literally had to find something else to do. That was the issue.
Yeah,
you're gonna have
every
to tell
time
me
like we
about
tried
that.
to do something, every time we tried to do something Nixie wise, he would try to get involved, and so we would have to try and find a way to get him away, so that way he couldn't get involved. So, it was interesting. It was funny.
No, ma'am.
Now,
I said no.
I'm stretching. I'm sorry. Okay. Now, we all
That's
understand
sad.
what.
I made both of them cry.
Oh no. Now, we all understand what happened here in this court today.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is there any issues, concerns,
Nope.
questions?
No.
This one's a maybe, a point of information in my may. It's just a maybe. I actually don't know. I was actually wanting an opinion from you to see if this is a thing or not. If you're okay with it, I won't say it.
No. Go ahead. If it's a point of information, go ahead.
Okay. No, because I was reading it and then I got confused for a second. So, let's say, for example, Her Majesty's Court got to the point where Chairman McGuire gets a jury trial over what is it, her third time of doing that. So
Yeah, it'll be a third time.
Okay. Yeah. So so if that does occur and we do a true trial, so is that considered an impeachment trial, or is that considered like some other trial?
That would be considered an impeachment / criminal.
Okay.
Because therefore it shows that she's abandoning her duties as a constituent of the Constitution and also pretty much jeopardizing the well-being of the country.
Agreed.
Well, do you mean official of the Constitution, or there's some other word like that? I get what you're saying. Though. I get what you're saying.
Constituent and official both relatively mean the same thing.
Okay.
It's just she's a constituent of the Constitution because she has to abide by the Constitution.
Yes.
If that makes sense.
Yes, Your Honor. So the issue, it's a maybe. I actually don't know. That's why I might need your constitutional opinion, since this is a constitutional court, Your Honor. I'm looking for it right now. Okay, here it is. Section 61 of the Constitution. It's the recall elections for elected officials in government. Oh wait, is that everybody, or is that just legislative?
No, it's just legislative.
No, actually, even though it's in the legislative section, it actually goes for everybody. Not you, of course, but it goes for, like, every other position. Like, I think it's only elected ones. Is it only elected ones? Yes, it's only elected ones. Okay, so it's only for elected government officials. But anyway, it says individual citizens may, which is a voluntary word, may call for a recall initiative to recall elected officials, which shall require 2/3 majority of signatures from citizens of the Queendom and 2/3 majority vote from citizens of the Queendom of Nyx that are registered voters to impeach the elected official. So
yes, actually, well, we copy that from the Constitution of the United States.
Well, yeah, true.
Yes, we did.
I was like, that's a copycat from the United States.
Yeah, I was about to say,
no, it was based off of it. Not exactly copied. It was based off it, Your Honor.
That was one of the things that was actually up on to be investigated on the Constitution, because that may change.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, that's why we made our Constitution similar to how Kentucky's Constitution looks, where it looks like a bunch of sections and not, big things saying Amendment 1, Amendment 2. That's why it looks like that.
Yeah. So when it comes to something like that, that'll be something that will be up to debate. That's actually a proposal I was going to propose for the next National Assembly for that to be debated on, because it's considered, technically speaking, a copycat, and I, personally speaking, as someone that is coming from that side of you, from the Supremacy Court, I feel that if we're going to do the copycat, it needs to be done right. Which, of course, in the copycat world, we would be mimicking 2/3 majority vote upon the House, not upon the citizens. So, therefore, it kind of throws off a little bit. You see what I'm saying? So, this is kind of where that one was going to be investigated, and that was one of the ones I was going to bring up to Thomas to further investigate, to see if that one would even be actually correct or not in terms of when it comes to government officials and trial.
Okay.
Okay. Because sometimes there are some things that people can do to help in the trial, and there are some things that they can't do that can actually damage the trial. So, let's say if someone in our government system does something atrocious, like mishandling funds, embezzlement, or something, that is something that I feel, if it's going to come down to impeachment, the people cannot really vote on, because there's actually a criminal activity happening.
Like, we would have to handle that ourselves.
For the impeachment.
Like, we would have to handle that internally.
Yeah, that would have to be an internal investigation and an internal as well. You see it?
Like an IA kind of thing.
You see what I'm saying? Now, so if that got brought up in my court, let's say, for instance, Prime Minister Austin, decides to embezzle money and he got caught, the people therefore technically cannot vote, because it's turned from just normal impeachment to criminal. You see what I'm saying? In a case like that, we would actually have to change it up. That's fear. You're not drinking while on the court, are you?
I saw that the first time, but I didn't want to say anything. No,
Lie.
no, no.
Lie.
It was fear. Liar. I saw that bottle.
It's root beer.
Nice.
I saw that bottle. You're a liar.
You're downstairs.
Look at it being cheeky. He's trying to hide it.
Mm-hmm.
See, I can't drink, so.
But
you can't drink during court. That impedes your coherency.
Well, you didn't say that. You didn't say that earlier, but now you're saying it. Now I can't drink it now. So
conflict of interest.
Objection. That is not a conflict of interest.
See?
And you're drinking it during court. It is.
See what she did there? See what she did there? She was actually in the correct here, and we're at the end of this. So now I can take you to court.
Your Honor.
Up to court intoxicated. You're now going to be summoned in
Your Honor. Your Honor.
Yes.
How intoxicated
I literally
are
just opened this. I did. I literally just opened it. It's not like it's not even past the top yet. It's not. You want to come to my room and look?
Anyway.
But thank you for the information. Okay, so we got that talked about. But always remember, these sections of the Constitution does have a sunset clause, which is section 70 of the Constitution. So once our population reaches 40, or if those 40 people decide that we should be a direct democracy instead, screw a bunch of elected House of Representative people. Well, then, yeah. So once we hit 40 adult population, children don't count. If we hit 40 adult populations, then there will be a national vote to decide if we're going to go back into having a House of Representatives, which will abolish everything involving the National Assembly, or if the people vote to decide to keep the National Assembly, and after all that hard work, all the House of Representatives stuff will be abolished. So, officially. So, which will be unfortunate.
Sounds like a fun time.
Because I worked very freaking hard on making that House of Representatives, but...
But again, like I said, it just comes down to when it comes to something like as bad as embezzlement, or let's say somebody killed somebody in the government room.
Yeah.
I'm not having registered voters vote on to keep or not keep on. No, that's not. At that point, that turns to a criminal trial.
It's one thing.
I do agree with that.
Right. At that point, that is a definite criminal trial, and at that point, it's basically an impeachment mixed in with it.
Honestly, I think when anything's being investigated, it should be involved with the court, not with the voters at all. If it's an investigation.
And that's another thing. Like, if there's an active investigation to get somebody, let's say this right here, this would be grounds of, okay, the people can vote on. Like, if we're trying to impeach Bree, whatever. This would be something that people can vote on. Because it'll be performance-based.
No.
So there's a difference. Performance-based versus criminal.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, if, we have to investigate Prime Minister for embezzling and or killing somebody in our courtroom, then we would most definitely cannot have registered voters vote, because then it turns into a bunch of confusion of what kind of court just happened, and then no one will understand what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that's where this would have to turn from, well, to this has got serious. So that's pretty much where this goes. But this right, like, just agree based on her performance, then that would be something the registered voters can vote for.
Mm-hmm.
Lauren, are you okay?
Yeah. I hate WOK White and all them popping in on my...
I've noticed that they've been popping in a lot. But no, so like I said, if, let's say, an official example, again, keep using this example. For some reason, it just keeps. Let's say a higher official does something like one of my advisors do something,
Like me.
and like Chelsey or something like that, a criminal based, that's not going for impeachment. That's going straight to criminal.
Like what's been going on with me, say.
Yes, Bree.
So this relates to you and your advisors. So say if you can't make it to whatever reason, Austin would have to go to your advisors instead. Can the advisors overrule Austin in that case? If they were to object to?
So what case you're saying? So specify. You know.
I guess it all depends on like the situation. But I know if it's like if he's asking a particular question, if he needs to do something, the advisors go to you, and both of you say no. They tell him no, he can't protest, stuff like that.
Like, yeah, she can come to me, and then I can go to you.
So, like, yeah, for whatever reason you can't be there, we have to go to your advisors instead.
Okay, so in that term of damn.
No, that would be the case. No, if the queen's not available, whatever minister is available, they represent the queen, so therefore they're automatically assumed as a monarch.
And I can appoint them. So if I can't make it, I'll just let Lauren know or Chelsey know, and then one of them can go on my seat, or they both can go.
Yep.
It's really my discretion. So like tomorrow, like someone wants a meeting or whatever, I'm probably gonna. So I'm probably gonna end up appointing Lauren as that.
Yep, Lauren or Chelsey will be the royal stand-in, Your Honor. Yep.
Yeah. And she can just me happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which normally I'm free normally most nights anyways, so.
Exactly. I mean, she just has kids, but that's workable. So
you just got to get over me yelling at the kids.
Which of course usually that's fair.
You're good.
Which this is what they're doing 99% of the time.
And they're just, so it's nothing regarding them usually.
Yeah.
However, so that would be the definite point there. Now, that was a good question. I do appreciate that.
Yes, that was a good question.
My head, so I figured I asked while we were all here.
Yeah, so let's say if I can't make it, and she's so after National Assembly on the 5-hour long one.
Normally our meetings can last like 2 hours, never 5 hours. So I don't know why y'all did 5 hours.
That still had root beer in it. I'm a little upset now.
No, that dog was getting on.
I hope that didn't get on my camera. I'll be pissed.
Man, boy, if I get ants in my house because of you,
all you gotta do
I think he needs help.
Your Majesty, the State Foundry will be open soon. I'm glad to announce that live on, or not live, but live in this video with y'all, okay? In this courtroom, on record, that the State Foundry will be open soon. Do not worry.
Okay, as long as the foundry can be open soon, we will be greatly obliged up here in the royal realm. Anyways,
I will explain to you later on why I did that.
Dang, I didn't realize my teeth really tired.
Yay!
I'm not showing y'all my teeth.
She was happy that that's gonna be open here later.
Well, that's just wonderful to hear.
Yeah.
She has an opinion.
As she proceeds to turn out. Joy. Anyways, so as of right now, this court is concluded. Is there any
Well,
for watching,
give him this because he did just throw his root beer.
Exactly. So we know what you did now. We know what you did now. I mean,
I've been watching you since we started. I saw that bottle. I've been watching you.
Oh, but she couldn't call you.
That's a violation on my privacy, ma'am. No.
No.
That's why I haven't said it until the others started putting it out.
Hey, what was that? I know. Well, if you go to Menards, you get something that looks like that, but it's not beer. That's how I knew that.
Are you getting sleepy? Are you getting sleepy?
Like, I know he didn't have just fruit beer over there because I saw that bottle.
Do.
Well, Your Honor, the plaintiff rests.
Okay, so the plaintiff is at rest. Bree already agrees with the warning, all that good stuff. My second, yes.
I agree.
She also agrees with the warning that's going to be given to Senator Bree. And as
Didn't I just throw one of those?
the contempt of court, he will also receive that warning for trying to object on the behalf of the defendant. That is not his right, as he rolls his eyes at me through his glass. That's smarticle. However, at this point, I feel like the court can close and be adjourned for the night. Is there any objections to closing the court or adjourning?
No objections, Your Honor.
All right. Can my second the closing of court? Lauren, can you second my closing?
I second.
Okay.
Sorry, I have a toy.
We'll help you practice. We can help you practice.
Yes.
All right. So at this moment, court is adjourned. And